Home. It looks a little different for everyone. For some, it's a rustic cabin. For others, a big city high-rise. And for others, it's renting a tiny studio that said it had laundry in the building, but the dryer's always broken. And don't get me started on the gym. That's not a gym, it's an elliptical machine and a boiler room. And let's not even discuss parking. But no matter where you call home, Geico makes it easy to bundle and save on renters and car insurance. Easier than getting your landlord to return your calls. You can't hide forever, Leonard.
Team USA is training hard and ready for the Olympic Games. And so is Jacob.
Whoa! I've got my Lucky shirt and Xfinity Flex.
Oh yeah, Jacob's family got Xfinity Internet with the best Wi-Fi for their home and a Flex 4K streaming box free, plus Peacock Premium included. So Jacob is ready for anything.
Go Team USA!
With medal ceremonies, highlights, interviews, and more, plus all his favorite streaming apps in one place.
Can your internet do that?
Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Peacock subscription required.
Xfinity, proud partner of Team USA.
In the world of sports, the off-season is a time to relax and regroup after a hard-fought season. But playing with MyBookie gives you the choice to decide when your season begins and ends. At MyBookie.ag, you can bet on hundreds of games and leagues from around the world. Whether it's a game day Panther parlay or a long-shot winner, MyBookie's got you covered. Use pre-game props or bet the game live to shift the odds in your favor and always come out on top. Not only does MyBookie host exclusive sports betting contests you can't find with any other book, but also the bonuses are insane. Crazy even. Crazy. Insane. All of those words. All those great adjectives. You sign up today with MyBookie.ag. Use our promo code AbsoluteDJ and you'll receive up to $1,000 in bonus money when you make your first deposit. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere with MyBookie. Insane!
Absolute sports betting degeneracy.
Hey everybody, Arch here, and it is Saturday morning. Max, what's going on?
Well, you know, I know Panther's a big Marvel fan, and they have this movie series, Guardians of the Galaxy. Well, now we've got the Guardians of Cleveland. Ladies and gentlemen, the Cleveland baseball team has a name, and it is the Guardians. So they're here to guard us with their shitty-ass fucking font.
I hate that font, Panther. What's going on?
It's awful.
It's horrible.
Listen, I don't hate it, and only on this premise. The font. Okay, first off, we'll start with the G, and this is something the gentleman that's going to join us for the college football show. We were talking about this. Apparently, the G has something to do with some bridges or whatnot that's in Cleveland. You know, Cleveland's a water town right on Lake Erie, and it has something to do with some bridges or whatever. But the font is, you know, so they kind of blocked off the font reminiscent to the Indians name. If you look at the Dians part of it, it is very, very copied off of the current Indians name. And I feel like with this Guardians, the logo and what they did, yeah, we changed the name, but at the same time, we're just kind of giving you two birds up as we, you know, flip the script here. I don't hate it. But I don't hate this font, but that logo, the logo with the two G's around the baseball, now that is fucking childlike. That is horrible. That part I hate.
Now, this is all based off of, I'm trying to pull up the logo.
You're trying to pull up both. Now, I mean, I like the roundness of the current, the previous logo. Yeah. Like, you listen, I get like they're trying to capture the spirit of the Indians. Oh my God. It really looks like they are going to fly into outer space and fucking save us from fucking Thanos or some shit.
Is that Thor's helmet?
Yeah, it looks like
there you go. It's Thor's helmet right there on a fucking baseball. Wow, Jesus Christ. Listen, you know, it got me thinking, though, that they need to remake Major League, right? In true Hollywood fashion, you now have the Guardians. You can remake Major League, but you'd have to, like, modernize it for our times, right? There's no more Wild Thing Ricky Vaughn. It's Consensual Thing Ricky Vaughn. He's consensually allowing you to watch him pitch.
That'll get you in trouble too. Just ask Trevor Bauer.
And you cannot say "fuck you, Joe Boo." It's "I do not like you anymore, Joe." So that's what's going to happen.
I just don't know. I don't know if the all-female reboot of Major League is going to work or not.
So that's where the logo came from. That statue.
This is statue in Cleveland is the Guardian of Traffic.
What? The Guardian of Traffic. Stop it. That's not real.
It's real.
He does a really shit job.
I spent a week once in Cleveland one night. And it was awful. You know? I mean, do you still have to go through there often, Panther? I know, or your
No,
run does go through Cleveland, right? No,
hardly ever. I do want to get up there, for a weekend. I've never seen the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I've never been to a Cleveland sporting event, be it the Browns or the Cavs or the Indians or Guardians. And my understanding is there's some kind of rather extensive party atmosphere on the lake with, I don't know, beaches and bars and whatnot. So that's supposed to be pretty exciting over there. So I could probably get over there for a weekend just to check it out, but I wouldn't put it high on my to-do list.
But yeah, it's funny too. Is when I was listening to yesterday's show, I heard a commercial for Kings Island. By the way, Panther. I know that's a place you go to in Ohio, right?
I'll be at Cincinnati. I'll be down there this week.
Oh, there you go. I heard a commercial for it on our show yesterday. No, we've made it. We've made it. The people in Ohio have spoken. Each Guardian holds a different vehicle in his hand, representing the history of ground transports.
Yep,
that's what I'm reading on the screen here.
That's it. Amazing.
So.
Well, there you go. Yeah, I as mentioned, I hate that font. I hate it. I think it's juvenile. It's terrible. I think that ranks behind the 49ers when they tried to reboot their logo as far as one of the worst logos I've ever seen. It's just terrible. Update it, make it more round, and you'll be just fine. Baseball should have round fonts, flowing fonts. That's just how it works. That blocky shit cursive doesn't work for me.
No, I agree. And as a Rams fan, I hate the fucking current Rams logo. It's just it's shitty. But apparently they're trying to backtrack. It seems they're going back to the classic Rams uniforms. I think they can have multiple helmets this year. Ooh. I think they're allowed to go back to their old helmet, and I think they're probably going to phase out that shitty ass logo within the next 2 years.
They should. I mean, you don't mess with perfection. The Rams uniforms were perfect. God, It's classic.
Anyway, that's what I want to talk about. Panther, you got some SEC news or something?
Well, so we talked about this a couple of days ago. The Oklahoma Sooners, Texas Longhorns, looking to bounce from the Big 12, join the SEC. I kind of said, as soon as there's smoke, there's fire, and this thing's turning into a full-fledged forest fire. Now they're talking about this could be a done deal within a matter of weeks. Now, that doesn't mean it affects this season. It looks like there's an 18-month waiting period for anybody to leave, and then money has to exchange hands, media rights buyout, and whatever. But it looks like this is a done deal. And so now a lot of the speculation, a lot of talk is going to be what happens with the 8 remaining teams, what happens with the likes of BYU, Notre Dame. Usually when 2 huge dominoes like this fall, there is a fallout that affects a whole plethora of teams and leagues. So now let the speculation begin, I guess.
Oh, man. So they're still locked in, 18 months. They can't leave the Big 12. So the Big 12 schedule is still set. It's not like it's just going to fall apart this quickly, right?
No, you couldn't possibly do anything with the schedule. They're in camp now. Season starts here next month. This year, next year, they'll have to play out their Big 12 schedule. But for 23, I think it looks like they're going to be part of the SEC.
Unbelievable. Well, there it is. That's the end of that. Another conference folds. The Big 12's done. They're done.
And you grew up. I mean, that's your stomping grounds, Arch. You're Kansas. What happens to the 2 Kansas schools? Missouri's already gone. Oklahoma State is probably the class, I guess, of the Big 12 that's going to be left. What happens to them? It's a shit show right now.
It really, really is. And I wouldn't be surprised if Oklahoma violates that 18-month thing. That's kind of the Sooners. That's their history, is to not pay attention to deadlines and just jump the gun and go early.
That's why they're called the Sooners. They do it sooner rather than later.
Exactly right.
They may want to, but if they don't get cooperation with the scheduling, the SEC's got to put them in. A lot of these teams get these schedules and do these things years in advance. So to make something happen next year I would be shocked.
Pardon my ignorance here, but does this impact the other college sports, or is it just football centric? They're moving in football, or is this just this is for basketball? Or it's just football.
Everything.
So that's it then. Oh, wow.
Yeah, the Big 12 will be gone.
Well, I look
unless they think they can get four other teams to come in. I don't know how you replace without Oklahoma and Texas. There's nobody to replace them with.
Right, and no one's going to jump ship for the big eight.
Yeah, they essentially would become another MAC conference. Right. They're a mid-major conference at this point.
Well, I'm looking forward to when Kansas wins their first Big Ten title. Everybody in basketball. Start the clock, Kansas. How many Big Ten titles will Kansas win in a row in basketball? 10 or 12 probably before you guys can do anything.
I say basketball, not
basketball. Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
All right, we should probably get to work here. There's a full slate of games, and I think Panther has a fair few.
I do my best to keep this show rolling, since this is the only sport we have to talk about.
All right, Max, what do you got?
First on the board, Arizona, Chicago. I was on the Diamondbacks yesterday, and I think that was the game that they should have won. Unfortunately, their road woes caught up with them, and they lost a close one, 8-3. Now Chicago today has a better pitcher on the mound, and Alec Mills. Diamondbacks have Merrill Kelly. For what it's worth, though, Kelly has pitched better lately. He went 8 innings just a week ago against the Chicago's team. But Kelly's road ERA is still quite high, and you got to expect that bubble to pop on Kelly's good play sooner rather than later. So I think he's going to have his quintessential, typical Merrill Kelly game today, and the Cubs will get the win. So a $10 bet on Chicago.
Yeah, I hit that Cubs play yesterday. I'm not on it today. I couldn't get to a side. I don't like the pitching for either squad. I think if there was going to be a chance for the D-backs to get one, this might be it. Not a huge Alec Mills fan, and Merrill Kelly, we think I know where we stand on that. So I'm off this, maybe a slight value play on the Diamondbacks, but I'm off this game.
Yeah, I like Chicago here today with you, Max. That line shift is extreme. 22 cents. I do think Chicago wins. I do think they handle Arizona and Merrill, Cy Young, Kelly. I'm going to throw $15 on the Cubs.
Have we seen Homer around? Is Homer still pitching in the league?
He's around somewhere. Where is Homer?
No, I've not seen him start in a game. He must be in a bullpen.
He's a Red, right?
I think he's on the IL. Is he still with the Twins?
Oh yeah, he's still with the Twins here, it says.
Okay. Poor fella. Cy Young is being taken away from him. Hey, speaking of Cy Young being taken away from you, can we talk about Kyle Gibson? Didn't we just talk about Kyle Gibson being in the Cy Young conversation not too long ago? Well, yeah,
like pre All-Star break.
Yeah, right. His last 2 starts have been absolute shit. 14 earned runs over 11.1 innings. That's going to knock you out of that Cy Young conversation. I mean, granted, Garrett Cole did not have a very good game yesterday either, and he's still probably leading the fucking AL and Cy Young. I think we'll get to the true Cy Young winner in the next game I talk about. But let's talk about this one with Framber Valdez on the mound. Again, he's not lighting the world on fire, but this Houston team is so goddamn good. Texas has lost 10 in a row. They have the 4th worst run differential in the league. It's a chalky one. It's getting chalkier, but I think you can get even chalkier on this one and still have value with Houston. So a $10 bet on the Astros.
Another game I'm not on. The Astros are legit World Series contenders. I love Framber Valdez. I wasn't content to eat that chalk, and it was still going to be kind of chalky, even if you wanted to run line it, which might be the play if you want the Astros. And as far as lottery tickets go, I think if Texas is going to get one, this has got to be their best shot because their pitching is atrocious. I'll lean Houston, but I didn't want to eat that chalk.
Yeah, I'm leaning Houston in this one. It's just a little, outside of my comfort zone, just a touch. I'm leaning pretty hard, but I can't quite get there, Max.
All right, now let us talk about the AL Cy Young Award winner, the guy that I put my money on, and he's living up to, and that is Carlos Rodon of the Chicago White Sox, against another guy that I guess is in the Cy Young conversation as well in the NL. Probably won't get it, but Burns is pitching really well, and it's eerie if you look at these two pitcher statistics. Rodon has a 2.14 ERA. Burns has a 2.16. Both have a 0.90 whip. Burns has given up 10 more hits than Rodon, and Rodon has given up 10 more walks than Burns. Both pitchers have pitched around 96 innings. I think one of them is 96.2. But the main difference is the win-loss column. Rodon is 8-3. Burns is 5-4. It seems like the White Sox win the games that Rodon pitches in, and Milwaukee just can't seem to close it out for Burns. I think that changes today. I hit him Milwaukee yesterday. I like him again today. I think they're going to nab 2 in a row here. So a $10 bet on the Brewers.
Oh, look, a game that Max is on, that Panthers on. Absolute complete agreement. I don't know if you look at the recency or the overall, but Burns in July has pitched 3 games. He's 2-0 with a 0.84 ERA. He's given up 2 runs total in 3 games pitched. He is pitching lights out. He's warming up. I believe you are correct. Today is the Milwaukee day, and Burns is the play. So $20 on the Brew Crew.
I'd feel a lot better agreeing with you guys, which I'm going to do. I'm going to agree with you guys. If Panther was throwing the pitcher under the bus, when he starts praising pitchers, it makes me nervous.
I'm just reciting stats, man.
I mean, he struck down to God in his prime. I mean, so I'll throw $15 on the Brewers, but now I'm terrified.
Christ. Last one up for me, then we'll take a little break. Let's talk Oakland at Seattle. 2 days ago, I bet on Oakland. I faded my Seattle plus line at home strategy, and it worked well then. And guess what? I'm back on Seattle, baby. I'm back on Seattle. Logan Gilbert, man, has pitched much, much better lately. Seattle has won his last 9 fucking starts. Chris Bassett, he's racked himself up some personal wins. I think he's like 10-2 or 10-3. But he's less reliable on the road. His ERA creeps up when he's on the road. Seattle snuck out that win yesterday. I think they scratch out another one today. $10 bet on the Mariners.
This is an even series. They've split the first 2, and I think this is an even matchup today. I really couldn't get to a side. I'll give you a little moral support. I'll lean Logan Gilbert because he's at home, and the Mariners are really good at home. So I'll lean the Minesweepers, but I'm off this game.
Ugh, yeah, I'm off this game too. I wanted to bet Seattle. I just couldn't quite get there. I don't give them that 48% chance. I get them like a 46% chance. So I'm leaning Seattle, but I can't quite do it.
So you're saying an hour and a half ago you're on them?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Record time. Not so good. Hey, let's talk about Seattle. Let's talk about DGen gear. Because this Seattle team, they're frauds. There's lots of frauds in Seattle sports, it seems, and you can celebrate by buying yourself a Seattle Frauds t-shirt. Man, football's right around the corner. I was watching NFL Live last night. It's like, oh my God, it's back. It's almost back. So you can get your Seattle Frauds. You can get your Zeke Physique. You can get your Green Bay Frauds, your Aaron Frogers. We might have to change the color on that one soon, depending on where he ends up next year. But you can buy all those shirts. Head over to absolutedegeneracy.com. Go to the DGen shop. You want to be a bubble champ? You can be a bubble champ. You could be a D-Gen. I heard that He-Man show is getting awful reviews, by the way. Arch, I heard it's getting just fucking trashed by people. So looks like you were right. Anyway, go to the DGen shop, buy that stuff. Help us keep the lights on around here and become full DGen.
Ever wanted to break out of your cubicle and into a business where you can call the shots? YouBreakIFix is looking for passionate self-starters interested in a franchise opportunity in the booming electronics repair industry. At YouBreakIFix, we help reconnect people to the devices that they rely on so that they can get back to what matters most. This is a big responsibility, and from the moment you join our family, our franchisees are provided with the resources and support to bring affordable and convenient electronics repair to your community. Did we mention that with amazing partners like Samsung and Google, YouBreakIFix franchisees also have access to the highest quality parts and personalized training out there, as well as specialized tools? It's true. And it's also easy to visit youbreakifix.com/franchising and learn more about your big break at your very own YouBreakIFix.
All right, Panther, what do you got? And who knew that Kevin Smith would produce a shit product? He hasn't done anything good in 15 years.
He's making Clerks 3 here in Jersey.
Good.
So, yeah,
good.
Right, because we're all clamoring for that, Kevin Smith. Thank you.
You know, we might have another problem too. I've read an article today that said Zeke is actually in his best physical condition he's been in years. So the whole Zeke thing might go out the window too. But I digress. I've got a shit ton of baseball, so I will get to work. Let's start with the Washington baseball team at Baltimore. Talk about your pitching huge matchup discrepancy here. Max Scherzer going against Harvey. Harvey's been trash all season. Baltimore's not reliable. You can't rely on their sticks. They probably got their worst pitcher on the mound going against a Scherzer guy who might get traded in the next week. Who knows? The chalk was way too much. So in Panther style, we will run line this at minus 126. Arch tells me $20 on the Redskins.
Panther, you're just so mean to Matt Harvey. He hasn't been trash all season. He's been trash since, I'd say, like the end of April.
Since he left New York.
Dude had a great first month and then just fucking plummeted, and now he's got to go against fucking Max Scherzer. God damn, that don't envy him. I think the one thing you have to worry about, Panther, and maybe you want to put a caveat here, Scherzer has to start, right?
Yes, Scherzer has to start. Otherwise, I'm off this game.
Okay, I'm just saying that because Rich Hill was slated to start for Tampa Bay yesterday, and he got dealt. So there is rumors that Scherzer could be dealt any day now. I think he gets the start, but you might want to throw that out there that Scherzer has to start for you to bet this one. Same thing. I love Washington here. I think they probably get it done. It was too chalky for me. A lean on the Nationals.
It's minus 202. That's a 66.8% implied probability. I actually have the Nats winning 76% of the time, so it's not too chalky. I'm going to eat the minus 202. $15 on the Nationals and Scherzer.
Woohoo! Agreement. Somebody owes me money. That would be the Detroit Tigers. They've been making me a ton of money, and they dropped one yesterday against Kansas City, but I don't think they do it today. Casey Mize has been pitching very well for the Tigers. This is the ace of their future. I don't think they lose two in a row to the Royals, so $20 on the Tigers.
An hour ago, I was leaning Detroit. I think I might start leaning Kansas City now. Yeah, listen, my metrics say Detroit should win this one. I don't like that line movement, though, with the money hitting Detroit right now and the line getting better for them. It's looking a little trappish here. I'll lean Detroit here, but I'm a little worried about that one.
Yeah, Kansas City is minus 121. That's 54% implied probability. I have them winning the game, but not that high, so I'm leaning the Royals here.
Leaning the Royals. Okay, we're going to continue we had some talk about this one, so Mac's going to have something to say. Apparently, I'm on the wrong side of a run line play. The Cardinals at the Reds. Did you see that? The Reds went into the end of the game behind and pulled one out. That might be the first time this season.
No. That's when they're good. If they're down towards the end of the game, they can come back. If they've got the lead at the end of the game, you don't want you
want nothing to do with them. Take the Reds first five. Cardinals at the Reds again. Woodford, I don't even know who this guy is. He's pitched one game. He's a fill-in. He pitched pretty well his first game, but everything I'm reading says that's kind of a statistical anomaly going against Luis Castillo, who's pitched very well over the last couple months. I think the Reds get it done. I won't eat the chalk, so we'll run line this one too. Gives me a plus line at 107, $20 on the big red machine.
Yeah, you alluded to it. I'm leaning St. Louis today. Not necessarily have them winning, but with the implied probability, I do have it on the side of St. Louis here. I couldn't quite get there to bet them. I wish I saw more line movement. I'm not seeing as much line movement as I expected. So a lean on the Cardinals here.
I guess this is my lottery ticket play of the day. I do like St. Louis an awful lot. They're plus 160. That's only 38% chance to win the game. So go in knowing what you're getting. I have them winning 39% of the time, which gives me the wiggle room. So I'm betting St. Louis because the implied probability says, but don't fool yourself. Panthers probably going to win this one.
I like it when Arch says
well, he's not going to cover the run line. Panthers on the right team.
I'm on the right team. Just they're not going to cover it by 2.
Yeah, that's probably it.
Let's take a look at the Tampa Bay Rays at Cleveland. Tampa whacked Cleveland yesterday. Hell, Cleveland scored 5 runs, which is good for them, and they still lost. A horrible pitching matchup, probably for both teams. But Mija has been absolutely horrible for the Indians, or do we call them Guardians? Whoever they are. I don't like him at all. So Tampa Bay at minus 153. I think they get it done. $20 on the Rays.
Still eating your fajitas?
Yeah, my fajitas with my Mijas. Mija. Oh, Mija.
I did not have a line on this game before. I don't really have much information on it. It seems like the line's already shifting. That's crazy. That it's getting better for Tampa Bay. It's getting a little worse for Cleveland here. I will lean Tampa Bay here. I do have them winning the game, but without able to crunch the numbers that I'm seeing now. I can't make a decisive play, but yeah, I'll lean on Tampa Bay.
Yeah, I'm leaning Tampa Bay in this one. I don't really want a piece of either team in this one. I can't quite get there. So I'll lean Tampa Bay and fade the Gardinians.
Oh, I like it. The Gardinians.
Yes, there you go.
I like it. Max, it's time to rip the Band-Aid off. Toronto at the Mets. Toronto choked the chicken yesterday. They screwed me out of well, I had a pretty good day, but that wasn't one of them. I'll probably be on the wrong side today. Ryu against Walker. Walker got shelled his last time out, so he actually should be pretty well rested for this game. I get Walker at home with a plus line. At least it was a plus line when I wrote it down. So I'm going to jump on the Metropolitans here. $20 on the Mets.
Wow, I was not expecting that. I thought you were going to jump on Toronto. Hey, the McGill kid pitching really fucking well for the Mets right now. He had a hell of a game yesterday. Steven Matz, didn't have a bad game yesterday in his homecoming against the Mets. But yeah, you got Ryu on the mound against Walker. Hell of a matchup. I said that that Burns matchup with Rodon is the pitching matchup of the day, and this one's not that bad either. Ryu versus Walker. I do have the Mets edging this out. I couldn't quite get there to bet them. A lean on the 9 Mets squadron. I don't think they're going to sweep Toronto, though, right? I mean, that's not going to happen.
I'm going to lean the Blue Jays in this one. I think they're going to win, but man, is it close. I can't really bet a side on this one, so I'm going to lean the Blue Jays. But nothing else.
I thought they were going to win yesterday.
You thought a couple. Yeah, you thought a couple teams were going to win yesterday.
Yeah, I know. Hey, I did fairly well. One more for me. Pittsburgh at San Francisco.
Oh boy.
Pitt got the best of the 49ers yesterday. This is another one of those huge pitching discrepancies. Will Crow, awful. Matt Harvey-esque, awful. Going against Kevin Gossman in the Cy Young conversation. I got the Giants winning. I wasn't going to eat that chalk, so we'll run line it. So I eat a little less chalk. I get the Niners at minus 117, so $20 on San Francisco.
I think you're on both the right side and the wrong side. I do think the Giants win this one. I would not trust a run line against this Pittsburgh team. God damn, if there's a team that just surprises you or can keep it close or then get destroyed by 40 runs, it's probably the Pittsburgh Pirates here, but I couldn't do it. I'll lean the Giants here to win this one, but man, Pittsburgh is a thorn on many teams' side.
Absolutely. We saw them pestering the Mets. They just keep pestering everybody. The run line is something I wouldn't look at, and minus 254 is ridiculous, but I have them covering that. So I'm going to throw $15 on the Giants minus 254 and get back my, $5.
Get your $5. That will take care of Panthers plays today. What did I leave for you, Arch?
I got one last play here. We are going back to Philadelphia. Braves are in town. They lost yesterday. They're going to lose again today. I like the Phillies minus, it's minus 125 now. I liked it a lot better when it was minus 116, but still, that doesn't dissuade me. The Phillies are going to win. The Braves are they're the Braves. They're inconsistent and they're not that good. Give me the Phillies, $15.
I might need to refresh because when I was looking at this an hour or so ago, the money was hammering Atlanta. But it seems like that line continues to get better for them, so that does look trappish. My metrics say Atlanta wins this one. I did not want to touch this game; it looked a little suspect to me, so I'll lean the Braves. But while Panthers talking, I'm going to pull up these metrics real quick.
Yeah, I looked at this game. The Braves are a team I like to bet on, but I don't like Smiley. I don't like Velasquez. Not a great pitching matchup for either team. Some runs are going to be scored. Could probably end up the bullpen that pitches the best ends up deciding how this goes. I'll lean the Braves, but I really didn't like this game.
The bullpen that pitches the least bad, I should say.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It shifted completely now. Almost all the money's hitting Philadelphia, so that's why it's getting worse. Yeah. Yeah.
That's it for me. We hit all the games I wanted to hit as well. So, man, oh man, not bad. Not bad at all. So we talked about Cleveland's name change. We once again avoided the Olympics and talked about college football instead. Good job, everybody. Max, that's it.
That's it. I think we were talking about this in the pre-show. Men's 3-on-3 basketball is a sport in this Olympics.
Trae Young's not good enough for it.
Trae Young still didn't get picked. That is it. Hey, get the DGens app for Android, iOS. Let us know anything but our picks, your picks, anyone's picks, no matter where you listen to that. Please highest rating, comment, subscribe, download, and listen to every single episode. Panther, please take us home.
It's time for your Saturday Panther Parlay. This never really works out well when I take your guys' moral support and agreement with me, but we'll see what happens. All of us are a lot of agreement here. Washington, Milwaukee, that was a KOD, and Tampa Bay. We're going to put those three together, and that'll be your Panther Parlay for today. Then you guys can jump on the website, jump on the app, click on that Social Degeneracy tab. Call us out by name. Use that little @ symbol. Like, seriously, call us out by name. We'll shoot the shit with you. And let us know, most importantly, let us know what you did yesterday, what you're going to do today. And when it's all said and done, kids, let's all make some money, fools.
Information on this podcast may not be construed to offer any kind of investment advice or recommendations. Under no circumstances will the owners, operators, or guests of this podcast be held responsible for damages related to its contents.
Grand Carnival is taking over King's Dominion on select dates July 17th through August 1st. Experience the opening celebration when the park erupts with sights, sounds, and flavors from all around the world. Join the spectacle of color, a dazzling parade of floats, performers, music, and beats that sweeps across the park. And enjoy unique food and drinks while dancing to music until the park closes. Don't miss the celebration as big as the park. Get the best deal on tickets at kingsdominion.com. It's amazing in here.
There's something I've always wanted to tell you, Priscilla.
Greg? Oh, sorry.
From the moment I first saw you.
I'm just really hungry.
Some things never change, like somebody opening a bag of chips during your favorite movie, and Geico saving folks lots of money on their car insurance.
Greg, do you mind?
I've waited years to say this to you.
Greg! Hey, honey, you want some? There's sour cream and onion.
15 minutes could save you 15% or more.